to my channel, Sophia Psychic Tarot. I am a psychic medium and I will be here for the next 2 hours doing some readings. They are paid readings. If you can't get a paid reading, then stick around because I will be doing 3 free collective readings throughout the live. The first one will be a spirit message, the second a love reading, and the third a career message throughout. So I'm just going to set this up. Hello, Stormy, my lovely. Okay. Just dropping in some bits in the chat for you to see. Okay. So I don't have any prepaid readings. For any of you wondering if you're watching this back or whatever and you come across this, prepaid is either to get your reading first in the queue, or in the top front end of the live, if you like, or if you really want a reading but you aren't going to make the live, then you can pre-book so that you can hear it at the beginning for when you drop it, watch it back. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first of the free collective readings, which is a general spirit message for the collective. So let me just get that set up. All timings for the 3 collective readings that I will be doing throughout the live will be pinned in the comments after the live has ended. Right. Hello, Wendy, my lovely. Okay, so Spirit, a message for the collective, please. We keep having this one. It amazes me how many times I use these decks during the day, and we've had that in 2 previous one. It wasn't last time, but I think that in the week before we've had that one. Reach for the you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. Okay, now Spirit is giving okay, because they're saying they wanted me to say it before I draw the others. Okay, because what you want is yours. If you want something, it's already yours, or else you wouldn't desire it. Okay, so reach for the stars, give it to yourself. You're giving yourself everything that you're experiencing anyway at a conscious and subconscious level. So give it to yourself. Okay, and then the physical world will reflect it back to you. Okay, because what they're saying is so many of you are wanting what you want, but you're not giving it to yourself. You're not reaching for the stars and expecting the best. you're coming in with the negative stories and talking yourself out of it and putting limitations on yourself. Okay? Then, okay, yeah. Then a win-win outcome is forecast. You can have what you want. When you focus on what you want, you can have what you want. It's a win-win outcomes. So hold your vision. Stop being talked out of your vision by yourself or others. If you want it, it's there for you to have. That's why you are aware of it. Okay? It cannot come into your awareness if it's not something for you. So when you get that desire, hold your vision, give it to yourself within, because you deserve the best. Okay? And then dive in to your desire. Ready, set, go. It's all lined up. Okay, now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. So what Spirit said before, your awareness, things that you're aware of, whether you're looking at them, listening to them, or thinking about them, is what your awareness is on. So what you're aware of, be aware of you having it right now in your mind, because the outside, you're broadcasting all day long. Okay, so your thoughts aren't just contained within your skull. You're sending them out there. You're broadcasting on a frequency, on a vibrational level. Okay, so if you're broadcasting the thoughts that you're having, like, yes, I have my perfect relationship, yes, I've got money, etc., and you're not contradicting it, and you're going around reminding yourself you already have it, embracing your heart's desire, it will come. It has no choice but to be reflected back. So Spirit is saying goodbye to the old, hello to the new. Okay, you've finished one part of your life. Now a new and even better part is beginning. What does Spirit keep saying? Every time the old story comes in, remind yourself that's not my story anymore. It's not my story anymore. Why do I want to keep giving myself an experience of a story I don't like? Okay, and it's coming back to the television. Okay, when you switch your television on, you're only seeing, because you've got one screen on your television, you're only watching one channel out of hundreds of channels available, especially if you've got Amazon Prime, Netflix, Now TV, and whatever, Freeview, etc., depending on where you live. Now, you have a thing called a remote control. So if you have the telly on, say you switched the telly off the night before, you went to bed and you put the telly on and it's on some program you're not enjoying, what do? You pick up the remote control and you flick channels. Okay, so all those channels are still being broadcast even though you're only focused on one channel. Change the channel. Stop focusing on what you don't want and focus on what you do want until it gets reflected back to you, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. Spirit is saying the world, the universe has no meaning until you give it a meaning or an assumption. Okay, it's a meaningless world until you give it a meaning. So what meaning are you going around giving things? Things that work in your favor or things that don't? Spirit is saying, we're not stopping you. You're putting the limitations on yourself. Remember, creation is done. All things are possible. So focus on what you do want instead of what you don't. It's a quantum universe, not linear, like our brains think it is. Again, thank you to any of you who are watching that, whenever you're watching it, for booking personal readings with me throughout the week. Again, some interesting readings from those on the other side and your pets on the other side, as well as love readings and numerous love readings. Hello, Sky Blessings. How are you? Good, good. Yes, I am quiet, in case you think you've lost the volume on your on your device. There's no point me sitting here talking to myself if nobody's engaging in readings or asking me about spiritual things in general. The readings are paid readings for personal readings, but I am doing 3 collective readings. I've already done the spirit message. You can drag that back and the live back if you can and watch that. If not, I do put them in the timestamps. The next one will be at 1:45, which will be the love reading. And then at past on the next hour will be the career reading. Good. I hope it reminded you of a few things. Good. Remember, it already exists. There's already a Wendy Ann living in her dream home. You're not trying to get it. You're placing yourself in it and reminding yourself you have it throughout the day. Nothing is off in the future. So right now, Wendy Ann, you either have that house or you don't. Moment to moment, when you think of that house, you either have it or you don't. Do you understand? Spirit just said nothing moves until you do. So remember that. If you're not moving within, the outside's not going to move. It's not going to change. Good. No, I know what you meant. Good. I know. We've had flooding in parts where we are as well. Not where I am, in my area. I live on a hill. So luckily all the water runs past, but it's not very nice for the people at the bottom. But yeah, big downpours. And I know it's worldwide as well. Yes, and we're just getting the start of autumn, and I'm sat here with a scarf already. It's not even the depths of winter yet. I just hate feeling cold around my neck. Especially when you're just sat still as well, not moving around. Tend to feel the cold more. Not putting the heating on yet, that's for sure. But 4 degrees is cold. Ah, right, I see. It doesn't snow that much here. Yes, up on the like hills or whatever, but it's not I mean, we had one where I live, we had one flurry for an hour. If you blinked, you wouldn't have known it had happened. It literally came down and then within an hour had gone. Don't matter, Stormy. You carry on sleeping, my chick. Well, Wendy Ann's not long been back from soothing or boring. $7 oh my goodness. How did they fit that in their case to get it home? Yeah, you will. Yeah, but you've got to get it on a plane. Oh, did they order it from Bali? They didn't go to Bali and bring it home. Do you mean they ordered it from Bali? Ah, right, okay. And how's your YouTube channel doing, Sophia? Well, I sent everybody to sleep. I'm talking to them all, they've all nodded off. Well, that's why I don't bother. If nobody's chatting in the chat and I haven't got anything to say, I'll just stay quiet. I'll just end up with a sore throat else for 2 hours. You don't want me singing on here. Giving you a prod. Yeah, sometimes you just need to hear things over and over to remind you as well, because we can get lost in the physical world and see that as real and solid when it's not. It's just a reflection. It's a channel you've already broadcast. Yes, definitely. I mean, they've reported a load of stuff that was on the news earlier that wasn't correct at all. They just tell you what they want you to hear. Good. Hello, Iman, my lovely. Okay. Okay. But remember, that's still your, well, you were manifesting that a few months ago. Yeah. Well, you were being it. Remember, you're never manifesting anything. You're simply choosing and deciding that that's what you're having, and you embody it now. Yeah, because you know, you only have to tell yourself it once. It's only our ego side of us that keeps repeating it. Okay, once you've decided it, just once is all you need. It's not that it's because you just had your focus, your awareness elsewhere, so it came in. Yes, not by the you're embody, you're aware of only being his partner or dating him. That he chooses you, that you're feeling chosen, that he prioritizes you because you're always prioritized. Remember, nothing is off in the future. If you're putting things in the future still, you're in a loop of waiting. I've stopped doing that now. Finally learnt my lesson with it. That there is only now means there is only now. I've heard it a billion times, but until it actually sunk in, there is only now, so I either have it or I don't in my mind, regardless of what the physical world is showing me. That's what gives it to you, because when it's normal and natural, you're not thinking about it all the time. Say you were married, you're not going to be thinking every day, oh my God, you wouldn't be checking their social media, you wouldn't be seeing if they're worried if they're going to text you or anything like that, okay? So that's where you have to work on your self-concept, your concept of self, because that's you not feeling, that's two things. Part of you putting him on a pedestal above you, okay? Oh, what if he doesn't like the way I do this or do that? It's your reality. He is a character in your reality. And also it's having the confidence, just be you, be yourself. Remember, it's not what you want that manifests, or that it's who you're being. You're giving yourself every experience anyway, good or bad. So I've learned to give myself the best experiences. Good. Okay. Right, it's nearly time to do the love reading. So let's get this set up. Well, only if you had coaching, mentoring. Okay, I'm not going to do it on a readings channel, okay, because a lot of people still have that where they are focused on depending on tarot readings and psychics. Okay, so I don't want to start to blur the lines here, okay, like some, people don't understand when they're listening, because all the people that I am engaging with are people who have been with me a long time. Okay, so you know that I'm talking about the law of being, the law of assumption. Okay, so it's not something that I want to do in the live. So if you want mentoring, then sure. But it's not anything that I haven't told you already. It really is. There is only now. What are you aware of having, and who are you aware of being? Okay, for you to get it, to experience it. When you want things badly, they're already yours, but you're seeing it as separate. You've put it off in the future. That's not how it works. Who are you being? You either have it or you don't. I am it or I'm not. So every time you think of it, you are to embody the version of you that has it. Oh yeah, silly me, I remembered, I've already got it. Okay, and tell a story around it, like you would a friend. Yeah, Ahmed and I are already together. Yeah, of course we are. We're a perfect couple. Okay, or hear your friends say, yeah, you're a perfect, lovely couple together. Did you do anything nice at the weekend? Yeah, we went out, we had a meal, or we went shopping, or whatever. Okay, you're not embodying the version of you that's got these things. That's why you're still not experiencing them and making it hard and feeling burnt out about it. That's basically it. There is only right now. There's no future, and the past is only what you keep thinking about it. All versions of the past, a past experience, is there for you to choose. Okay, Wendy Ann, my lovely. And then I'll do the love reading. Can you please connect me to? Okay. Let me put them back then. Right. I will just do Wendy Ann's reading and then get into the love reading. John. John, any messages for Phyllis that you want to say to Phyllis? He is coming in with a lot of old stuff, but just saying about how he's, you know, crossed over and everything. But for Phyllis, he's saying to remind her that they are still emotionally attached, okay? Spiritually, soul connection is still there, okay? They're still, you know, attached as a couple. He knows that she thinks about him a lot, okay? And he's just saying here to remind her that there's always a way round things or over things, okay, is what he's really saying there. Anything else specific? Okay, I'm asking what he means by this gift. I'm saying, is he sending her a gift? But he's saying about thank you for the gift of remembering me and us as a couple in Bali. Okay, is what he's saying with that. Just reminding her to be strong, and he's admiring her strength through this as well, and the family for being strong around her as well, the strong family unit around as well. He appreciates that. Appreciation, I appreciate that. Can't say that word, you know, I can't say that word. I appreciate. Just asking him of anything new. Hair stuck here that's tickling me. Anything to the family first before I jog on. Think if this is always like nostalgia, isn't it? The past. So he's just saying here, just think of me fondly, the past memories. You know, celebrating, you know, my memory really. Good or bad, he just said. Okay, dietary change and exercise for somebody. He's saying here, okay, I feel it is a female. He's saying this too. Yeah, just exercise and dietary change for a female. Just saying about travel again. I'm saying, is this an upcoming trip? I think it's part of him saying, like before, where he travelled with you to Bali, he was there. But also there could be somebody who's going on another trip, travelling. And that's you. Better get out walking for 10 minutes a day, girl, then. I did see daughter then, so it could be if he's got a daughter, if Steve's got a sister. But if not, it could be that he sees you as a daughter. Anything else? He keeps saying that, you know, he's fine where he is. Okay, he's fine where he is. Yeah, fine. He's with a man in spirit, he just said, but I don't get names. Do you have any specific message for Steve? He keeps saying about, okay, Steve looking for a job. I know you've got ongoing work things. I feel it's two things, but just answer me that one first, Wendy Ann. All right, okay. Then I'm going to go with what he was saying then. He's like, because what the first thing that came out when he said these were, and this is Steve, you're going to open your ears and you're going to listen to this. He's saying, okay, move on from the past. Okay, jump for joy. Life is too short. Okay, you got a beautiful woman with you. Okay, and what's this, like a proposal, isn't it? Propose. You don't have to get married again, but you know what I mean. Okay, you know, you don't make life hard work. Okay, embrace it is basically what it's saying. You've got a good woman beside you. Okay, embrace it. Yeah. Okay, he's saying engage to the woman then. Get engaged. Have those little heart-to-heart conversations and make the effort. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay, he's so that's a kick up his backside. Hello, Patricia, my lovely. Like, what are you waiting for? I just heard. Okay, this is the one. Okay, although it says this could be the one, it does say you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So I think he's really pushing a soulmate. I don't think his dad could be any clearer there. Wendy Ann. Hello, Melfi. Right. Is there anything else you want to ask, Wendy Ann? So lovely dad gets our relationship. Yes. Chemistry. Chemistry. You got the chemistry going on there. Right. But remember, Wendy Ann, it's your reality. You decide. Okay. He says you're welcome. And he says, I know I am. To him, that he's beautiful. He's saying, I know I am. Right. Okey pokey, picky pokey. Right. So, going into the collective love reading. So these are going to be the basis. These 4 cards are going to be the basis of the love collective, because there's going to be 3 areas that we're going to look at. Okay. If you're single and ready to mingle, you're not wanting anybody from the past back. Okay, you're not holding on to anybody, you're not wanting anybody back, you're not hoping that anybody's going to come back, you're totally ready to, you know, have somebody new. That will then be an extra card from those to sort out the singles. Now, it may not have something, sometimes Spirit will miss out a category. Okay, then it will be the basis for no contact with someone who you do still have in your heart, okay, and are wondering if they're going to come back, etc. And the last one is if there's up and downs in a current connection. Okay, Spirit, so can you give us the basics, please, for love for the collective? Okay. Okay. Very clear message here. Okay, so going into singles. Okay, now I don't read the cards. They're just pictures for you. Now, sometimes the pictures won't make sense to you, so I won't bother holding them up. Okay, because they don't have something on there that, like, you know, would you really know what that means? It's just a girl glowing in purple. Okay, I know what it means from what Spirit's telling me. So if you are ready to find someone new, then first of all, keep an open mind is what they're saying here. Okay, your person may differ from your usual type and expectations, but also that is a side message. Okay, keep an open mind. It's like, you know, a watched pot doesn't boil. When we really want something, you're so hyper focused on it that it's just going to take forever to come. Okay, the minute you're off doing something else, the pot's boiled over when you've been staring at it for 10 minutes and not even one bubble. Okay, you deserve love, you're lovable. Okay, so for some of you, you could use that as a mantra. Spirit is saying, I deserve love, I'm lovable. Okay, instead of being like, oh, well, my relationships all go wrong and I can't find a guy or a woman who, or my person who commits to me, etc., etc. Because Spirit is saying a lot of you are still bruised and anxious from a previous relationships. Okay, and you're still in the negatives about it that is blocking love here. Okay, so have you really looked at and done your self-reflecting? And also to what story you're telling yourself, because there is an energy coming in around you. Remember, it's a collective reading. It's not personal, so it's not going to resonate for everybody on here who's watching this one today or comes across it. But look at what you're telling yourself, about love, about people that you're wanting to date, you know, whether it's men, women, whatever, okay, whatever sex, gender, and relationships overall. A lot of people are, which is what Spirit is saying for those in no contact, okay, here, but slightly different thing they're giving. Okay, a lot of people want something, but they've got a negative story around it. Okay, so if you're wanting a loving, committed relationship with somebody and a happy, loving, harmonious, healthy relationship, you cannot be having thoughts that are not in alignment with it. Like men suck, men cheat, women are gold diggers, women don't commit, men don't commit, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and so listen back, okay, because you can have the love that you're seeking. For those of you who are in no contact, this is very much what Spirit is saying here. Okay, not only are you still in wounded, focusing on and anxious about being blocked or no contact or how much time it's been, or are they with somebody else, or they are with somebody else, you know they're with somebody else or whatever. Okay, there's a lot of anxiety and guardedness around this. And again, you're not sort of focusing on what you do want. Look at this person focused on what they do want. Okay, and again, Spirit is saying the connection is still strong. If you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you, but it's how you're thinking about them is how they're thinking about you. Okay, so again, a lot of you are wanting the relationship back, but you're still in a very negative, toxic thought pattern about it. Okay, that's not in alignment. That's not literally your thoughts drop it, you know, matching what your heart is thinking. That's your thoughts over here and your heart's over here. Okay, that's not in alignment. That's out of alignment. So you're causing a delay, Spirit is saying. So many people, love and anger are not the same frequency. Remember, you're broadcasting a frequency all day long. Your thoughts are not contained in your skull. When you're thinking about someone or something, or you're arguing with something in your head, it will get reflected back to you for you to physically experience. Okay, so if you're wanting in your heart, oh, I wish we were back together, I wonder if they're ever going to come back and contact me, but then in your mind, you're telling yourself a whole load of garbage about it coming from anger or disappointment or whatever, you're not in alignment with it. So it's not going to come in. It will take longer, and it will probably come back in as toxic again. Okay, because you're not sort of reflecting from it, and you're not working on triggers. Okay, you can have this person back if you want them. Remember, you're transmitting how you think about your person is thinking about you, okay, when you're thinking about them, but it's the what you're sending out in your thoughts. Oh, I really want Fred to come back to me, but he's a bastard. He's off with so-and-so. He's a cheater. I don't trust him. Well, don't bother sitting there all day wanting him back, because all he's doing is thinking, oh, well, I let her down. I cheated on her. I'm happy with a third party. Okay, so really watch what you're telling yourself here. Love and anger are on the opposite ends of the frequency scale. So you either love this person or you don't. You're angry, you're mad, etc. Then they're not going to come back in the way you want. Okay? And remember, keep an open mind as to how it's going to happen. Okay? Stay focused. When you fire an arrow, you're usually firing it at something or a target. Okay, so where is your focus? Where is this arrow flying out into? What is the outcome you want? Because you're still very much connected. And then they will come forward. Okay, they will come forward. as that gift because you're in alignment with it. So really check where your thoughts are going. A lot of people don't realize that they're feeling and wanting one thing, but they're telling themselves a totally different shit show of a story. Okay? And wondering why nothing is changing. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, a bit the same really, you know, you're wanting that love, but look at what you're going around thinking about your person. They said this, they did that, they don't do this, they didn't say that. Okay? So there's a story, always a story. So remember, you can have your happy relationship, or if you live together, for things to be nice and cozy, comfy and nice. But remember, they are thinking what you are broadcasting, whether you are saying it with your mouth or whether you are thinking it. Your thoughts are not private. Okay? So really look at what you're telling yourself, feeling all wounded and battered and bruised. Okay? And keep an open mind. And Spirit is here. A lot of you have trust issues. I get this all the time. In most of my readings that I do for people, can you tell me when my person's going to contact me? Can you tell me if they still love me, if they're coming back? And I say they're still thinking about you. Yes, the connection is still there, but you don't trust them. No, I don't trust them. Trust and communication are key foundations for a healthy, harmonious relationship. So if you can't trust somebody, either because they physically did something, so they had an affair, or you just have experienced trust issues before, then you've got to work on that. Okay? If there's no communication now, like a lot of people say, oh, well, I only hear from him once a week or whatever, or I'm always messaging him or her. It's a two-way street. Love is not hard, it's easy. But if you're doing all the traffic work and it's a one-way street and they're not doing it back, don't bother. Where's your self-respect? Where's your self-worth? And where's your value? Because if you're being breadcrumbed, that is not you valuing yourself. All right? So Spirit is very clear there. Hello, Neela, my lovely. I'm fine, thank you. And you? Go home to where mum is or go home to where you live? Oh, nice. And good. Well done. Yes, 5 months is a long time in linear time. Hello, Anne-Marie, my lovely. Yes, you can, Neela. And to you, Anne. Thank you. Right, while you're sorting that out, Neela, I would just drop some more stuff into the chat. Iman, are you still in the chat? You still watching? Right, let's get all this in the chat. I have done the spirit message at the beginning for the collective, my lovely, and I've just done a love free reading for the collective. These are paid readings, my lovely. Personal readings. But I do a collective message from spirit. Yeah, the links, I've just put all the links into the chat, my lovely. Just scroll back up. Okay. Okay. I've already got Rafi through. Okay, her. All right. Remember how we had before when you asked about your mum or something and the dog, and I said she's very watchful. Okay, that's what I'm coming again. She's got a very old. You're welcome, Wendy Ann. Have a good sleep, and thanks for joining in. Yeah, Neela, she's a very watchful energy, watchful spirit. Okay, so she's very aware. All right, an old soul in a dog's body, spirit is saying. Okay, and very attuned to household energy. So she knows you're coming as well. Okay, not stressed, just very alert, spirit is saying. Okay, like pacing around, maybe frequently, you know, checking out the window or doorways or certain spots in the house where you have that energy connected to. She does miss you. Okay, that's coming through very strong. Even when we think we've been away from them for a while, okay, they do still know, even if physically at first. Remember, you can't you're always connected to something. You can never lose something or be separate from something, because they only exist in your awareness. Okay, because you're aware of them, you're having a physical experience with it. Okay, or think of them. She's okay, spirit is saying. Okay, very emotionally steady, doing routines. Okay, there's a strong thread between you still, I'm hearing. Okay, and again, that really watchful energy, watching your mum, watching all the time. I don't know if there's a little bit of tension in her body, spirit is saying, but it's just sort of that anticipation. She knows you're coming home, you're coming back, and she's waiting. Okay, let's try and bring in some visuals for you. Good. Yeah. See this card with the dog? There's a dog here. She knows you're coming on this trip. Okay, she's sensing it. She knows you're coming. Didn't understand this for body. Might be a little bit tense, but it could just be like physical alertness, knowing that you're coming, bracing. You know, we brace ourselves for things. We get excited, don't we? We hold ourselves in a different way. Okay, it's not like a physical illness or anything. It's an energy thing. And again, here with this, you know, the lion signifying the dog, you know, the you with this connection, really. Okay. It's like that energy outside the body, wherever you two are, you're still together. Okay, there's nothing to worry about. I'm not being shown anything. She's not worried about anything. She's very watchful. She's an old soul. Just seems to be enjoying life, really. I'm waiting for you to come home. No, we love our little fur babies. If Stormy's still on there, she hasn't gone back to sleep. She's got fur babies. Okay, you can't help but love little fur babies. You know, that is unconditional love. Because she's an old soul. Let me try and ask why. Let me just reply to someone here. Okay. Right. Spirit is saying, I'm asking why do you term her as a watchful soul? And they're saying because she's an empath animal. Okay. She doesn't just respond to the world around her. She feels it deeply. It's like my dog. Okay, some dogs are just dogs. They seem to just eat, sleep, wander around. She calculates, she thinks. You can see literally the cogs turning in her brain. Okay, she's very bright. She's very sensitive. Okay, so it's more that energy. Okay. Quiet, like a protector, an emotional stabilizer, your quiet guardian, if you like, Spirit is saying. I mean, that's part of her soul's path. Okay, she's not incarnated just to be loved or a pet. She's there to hold space for others, especially as well. Okay, that's why she's so good for your mum. She's an anchor. So being watchful is part of her mission, her life. It's not a paranoia or a nervousness. It's an emotional vigilance, if you like. No, not getting anything about her age. Hello, Nini. My lovely. Neen. Never know if it's Nini or Neen. You and your dog's souls have been together before, Spirit is saying, in another life. That's why the bond is very intuitive and layered. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm fine, thank you. And yes, Neela, like you and you. Remember, you're not separate from anybody. It's how you are aware of them. When you're aware of separation, you create that physical illusion of separation. And it's going back to the love reading, Spirit is saying as well. Okay, remember, there is only right now. So right now, do you have them or not? There's nothing. If you're putting things into the future, you're causing a waiting loop, because you're creating the future right now. What you experience in the future is what you're creating in your head right now with the story you're telling yourself. They don't think anything. You're the one thinking that they think you're crazy, so they will. Remember, everybody, everyone and everything that you're aware of is going to reflect back how you see yourself, how you see people, how you see that person, and what story you have. So yes, drop that shit show of a story. I only get the highest perfect versions of people because all versions of people exist. So why, yeah, drop that, or else you're going to keep having low level energy people come in who are fearful, and then you're caught in that loop of dealing with everybody's crap. Yes. You can't change anybody out there. That script that you are experiencing out there has already been written by you, through you, and as you. I can't remember Neville's quote on it because it's been such a long time since I quoted it. Something like, it is fruitless trying to change the world and people in it. You have to change you, how you're seeing it and how you're seeing them and yourself. Everybody is a divine messenger of you. The story you've told, the story you may still subconsciously have. That's not my story anymore. No, And no, Stormy, you've got this, still got this thing that people are doing what they like in your reality. Nobody has free will in your reality. They are reflecting back what you are telling yourself or holding on to. Okay, all versions of people exist right now, not in the future. You're not hoping somebody's going to change. You're not fixing or chasing them. You have to align within with the versions of people, okay, that are safe, that are honest, that are loving, that prioritize you, that you feel secure with. When you shift, everything shifts. People show up based on the story you keep playing in your mind about the way you see yourself and others. Okay, remember, the physical world can only shift to match your inner story that you keep living in, within. So you don't have to convince yourself or wait for them to change. You choose and decide that right now, in every moment going forward, when you think about other people or yourself or relationships, that you are only available within for the version of them that is showing up as their best version. The faith is within you. Faith to having faith in the story that what you've decided is your truth. Your word is the law. Okay? People aren't off doing their own things. They only exist when you are aware of them. Everything is now. There's no past. There's no future. So every time you think of something, like you just thought then about how people are scaremongers or whatever, or fearful, you're quite right. Because that's the loop that you are in. That's the story that you are in. So you have to experience more people showing up, trying to put their fears onto you. And you're sat there hoping that one day you get a nice client, or you get nice people who are on like-minded like you. Well, you're not telling that story, so how can you? You're not going around saying, I only experience the highest perfect versions of others and like-minded souls like myself. So sort your story out, my lovely. Yes. Yeah, no, Stormy, this is your life experience. So what are you wanting to... Remember, you're giving yourself every experience, good or bad, whether you like it or not. Okay, now sometimes clients will say, yeah, but I didn't specifically think that. So why did it happen? Things will come in, because all things are possible, it will show up in a way that's got the least resistance, really. So if you think that people are assholes, you're going to keep experiencing in different forms, okay, people, for you to sit there and think people are assholes. Okay, so you've got to change your story. All right, and Neela, why didn't you send the message? What are you fearing? He is only playing the part that you've assigned to him. You're not changing him. You're not waiting for him to change. You're not fixing him. You are going within and aligning with the version of him that loves and adores you. The version in your 3D is not the version who loves and adores you, because if he did, he would be with you, because you haven't changed. There is no old story. There is no past. You're in the loop of creating that story. There's only right now. What are you deciding and choosing right now? Who do you say you are? I keep telling you, the past is only a memory. You did, didn't you? Then that's showing you that you haven't shifted. You're not in your story. So yes, you would get either no reaction, or it would just be a thank you. Okay, so you haven't embodied the version of you, okay, dominantly as in that relationship. Which is fair enough. If you didn't feel in a strong enough place to handle it, then yeah, the best thing, if in doubt, don't do it. Right, okay, it's 1:45, so let's get the career collective reading. So this is anybody who, well, see what Spirit says about careers. I don't know what they're going to say. Do you want them on, Spirit? No. I want those ones, okay. Right, Spirit, message for the collective regarding careers, work, jobs. Okay, they want me to have that one. Let's have one each of these. I am gonna, no, I don't want to go into all of them. I know what Spirit's saying through them, but it's too long-winded to go through with you. Okay. Spirit. Basically, they're saying if you want any situation around work to change, you have to go within. What's this person doing? They're floating, they're meditating, okay? They're going within in their own world. They're not reacting to the outside world, okay? Look at what thoughts, swords are your thoughts, okay? The victory wreath around your what you're wanting, a new start, a new beginning, a new job, a pay rise, a promotion, a transfer, whatever, okay, has to come with how you're thinking about it, okay? Your wishes are yours. You don't have to keep wishing and hoping for it. It's yours, okay? And a lot of you can be in your, have your pay rise, have your promotion, have your new job or whatever before the end of October, before Halloween, hence all the little lanterns, the pumpkins here. Okay, so what Spirit was saying in the other ones is a lot of you are so focused on other people and the physical world that you're not going within and deciding and choosing what you want. Okay, you're letting the physical world rule you instead of you deciding and choosing what you want. Okay, because again, if you want something, if you want a promotion, it's yours. All you have to do is put your awareness within and embody on the fact that you've got that promotion. Because it's your reality. There's no competition. Okay, even if there were 50 people being interviewed for it, if you are saying that's my job, it's your job. It's only when you start to contradict yourself, like, oh, well, I don't think I've got enough qualifications, or they'll probably choose somebody who's more qualified than me, or they'll probably give the job to somebody else, then you've given your job away. Because in everybody else's realities, they either got their job anyway, that job, or they didn't because they gave it away to somebody else in their reality. Remember, everybody has their own unique reality. So look at the story you're telling yourself. What thoughts are you having about it? Make sure that you're seeing yourself as victorious in your thoughts. The victory wreath as well, Spirit is saying, okay? Embody the version of you. If it's a promotion that you're after, embody that version of you. What does that version of you who's got the promotion, how do they hold themselves? Okay. You're the ones having all these light bulb thoughts on your head and weighing yourself down with the thoughts that are not serving you. Oh, but what if somebody else gets a job? Or what if my boss thinks I'm an idiot? What if this person at work is toxic? What if I don't get that job? Oh, it's been X amount of time since I've been applying for jobs. Look at all these thoughts you're having, and you're wondering why you sat there looking like your face is slapped. You're telling yourself those thoughts. Nobody else is in your head. Remember, you are projecting and broadcasting your thoughts all day long. And whatever signal you're broadcasting, you will get reflected back. Free yourselves, Spirit is saying. Fly free. This is an air card. In your mind is air. I mean, your thoughts travel on the air. Air waves. You're broadcasting like a TV area or a radio signal. Okay, so look at what you're broadcasting, because if you're broadcasting shit, you're going to experience shit. And you know me, I don't mince my words. If you don't like it, don't watch. And thank you, Stormy, but there are still some tweaks that you need to do, my lovely. Okay, so don't forget that the timestamps for the 3 free collective readings are pinned in the comments after the live. Okay, so that you can watch them at any time. You can go back to the other lives and check out those pinned messages as well. I always do in every live a spirit message, a love message, and a career message for anybody who's watching. And again, if you do want your own personal message outside of the lives, if you don't want people to hear your reading, you can book your own personal reading. Most 99.9% of my clients do book the video reading so that they can watch it back over and over again. Okay, don't forget, I am a psychic medium. I channel loved ones and pets in spirit. Okay, as well as just all the other readings I do. I've done, do mentoring as well to help you get out of that mindset that's keeping you from having what you want. The lives are on a Wednesday and a Sunday between 7 and 9 p.m. UK time. I do post on my community posts. And also on my channel, loads of readings, shorts. There's loads of shorts, yes, no's, contacts, spirit messages. There's a whole playlist with the pick a card readings that I've done over the years. Okay, it doesn't matter. They're not time sensitive. If one grabs your attention, listen to what it says. It's coming to your awareness for you to hear a message. Exactly. You're the only one thinking all these things right now. There isn't even 5 years ago. You have a memory of 5 years ago. You're telling the story that it's been X amount of time when such and such happened. Okay, but you're creating it right now. There's no story about what happened X amount of time ago because there's only now. Okay, there is no past unless you keep putting it there. Only now. You either have it or you don't. You either are it or you're not. You're either ill or you're not. You're either with your person or you're not. You've either got all the money in the bank or you don't. Because the outside world can't reflect it back to you unless you say you have it or you don't. Because either way, you're right. So Wendy Ann, you still got time off. And 33 birthday, yes. Is it your birthday today, Neela? Ah, right, okay. So going back to your thing about Neela, your question about how did I break my leg? Remember, it doesn't matter about, you have an awareness, you've grown up with an awareness that we can break bones. Okay, and don't forget, accidents do happen to us as well. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to think of it like that. It's come up in your awareness, it's happened, but it's how you deal with it from there on. Okay, so if you said, when you're looking at it going, oh, I broke my leg, it's going to be X amount of time. I know so many people in the industry that I'm in, if you like, the niche that I'm in, okay, that have accidents, and the doctors say either you'll never walk again, it's going to take you months or years to heal from this, okay, etc., etc., etc. And they say, because they know how it works, they bypass all that. Thank you very much for your opinion, but I decide, okay? And they have healed as quick as a button. Remember what I said about my foot? How that did not break at my age, I'll never know, because I went flat bang on it. And the minute I revised it, okay, I hopped around for 2 weeks, okay, feeling sorry for myself, going, ow, it hurts, okay, but no, I kept contradicting. No, my foot's perfectly healthy. And then the next minute, ow, my foot hurts, look at the bruise. Okay, no, it wasn't until I thought, I've had enough of this shit. There is only right now, and I either did it or I didn't. So I revised it that I didn't, and the next day, totally gone, even the bruise on it. Okay, there was a bright purple, and I mean, if this is the edge of my foot, it was that, you know, the length of my foot and about that thick around my foot. Bright blue, purple. Next day, gone. No going brown or yellow, fading or whatever. It gone. No pain, gone. Because there is only now. Okay, yes, some things can take longer to heal. Okay, but only there is no time. Okay, it's all what you're telling yourself. So again, with Molly with her foot, okay, there's a timeline when Molly never hurt her foot. You're the one keep going on and holding that in place. And also that can be a trigger for you as well, Neela. You know, when you've had something happen like that when you're small, you have that in your body. You could be like, you know, some parents will go, oh, you're so accident prone or whatever. So there's all different ways that you can experience it. If you think you're going to be rich, then yes, you will become rich, Daddy Path. And these aren't free readings anyway. No, Daddy Path. So, because you're holding, because you two are still talking about it, Stormy. Remember, creation is done. All timelines exist. There is no past. There is no past where she broke her ankle or her leg. You two are still talking about it. Okay? So you have to go within and change the story. That either her leg is perfectly fine, it was healed within days of her having the accident, okay, she's never had surgery on it, or the accident never happened. Or if you can't do any of that, you just say that this final operation is the one that sorted it out and healed it. She's perfectly healthy, never going to have any problems with it again. Okay? Or you can do that, it depends. Okay, or you can do the story, like I just said, that this final, oh, I'm so glad that this final operation is the one that has finally sorted it, and it's perfectly healthy. She's perfectly healthy. Her leg's perfectly healthy. Her ankle's perfectly healthy. Remember, you're not, when people say to me, so, but it did happen, how can I just say that it didn't? All right, the thing is that you aren't erasing that timeline. Yes, there is a timeline where she broke her leg or her ankle or whatever. Okay, but you're only seeing that version that exists as the one and only one that you're aware of. So if you can imagine a version where it didn't happen, or that this is the final operation that's made it all better, then it's just as real and valid as the one that you think is in the past, which is not fixed. It's chosen right now. The past is not fixed. It's chosen right now. Okay, and people say, yeah, but if I think that, I feel like I'm lying to myself. But you're already lying to yourself when you said that the version where she broke her leg is the only truth. You aren't choosing between a truth or a lie. You're choosing which truth you want to live in your mind. Okay? And she, okay, when people say, but won't Molly remember her breaking her leg? Well, her memory is just a reflection of your current identity. You don't exist in Molly's world. She exists in yours. So if you shift the identity, their memories will shift to reflect who you're being. Do you understand? But she only goes on and on about it because you keep living there. You keep being there. You keep taking yourselves there. When you shift, she shifts. Hello, Vina, my lovely. Hello, Eva, my lovely. Right, okay. Rightio, my sweet peas, I must dash. So don't forget, I will pin the free collective readings that I've done, the spirit message, the love message, and the career message. And I will catch up with you all on Sunday at the same time. Right, love and light. Goodbye to you all.